welcome to Collector RC. Okay, so I decided not to just throw a bunch of music in here and just have you guys watch some stuff. We're gonna go ahead and talk, and I'll go ahead and talk. We're gonna talk through the whole video, and then in the background, as you can see here, I am doing my conversion into the Furitek setup, which is the Furitek Lizard V2 20 amp, 40 amp brushless ESC. Combined with the Furitek Stellar transmission with the Komodo brushless setup, and I believe it's 1400 kV. I know quite a few YouTubers and you guys have all done a lot of these upgrades and we kind of held back for a while and then ran the stock stuff as long as we can to maximize everything we can get out of the stock. Well, we reached our limit and now I'm forced to have to upgrade. Especially now doing the monthly 24 comps that we've been doing, which we've finished 4 of those, and that's what this video is, the 4th one. Typically in the videos I kind of just show a blend of whatever classes, mostly class 1, class 2, not a whole lot of class 3. So this video focuses a little bit more on the class 3, and I hope I got everybody that did class 3. I hope I did. But they're really cool cars, drive up, course setup, cone setup, everything. It's been amazing. Hobbytown has been a great support for the whole thing. It's been a lot of fun. So I apologize if I say a lot of us. It's just a habit. I apologize ahead of time because I'll probably do it. So let's talk about a few things, especially in the 24 world. We'll try to stay on topic. So in the 24 world, there's been a lot of, since when we started with we jumped in, I think we jumped into the first video using the Jeep GLU. I think it was Yellow Jeep, right when they came out. And then, but we had the deadbolt. We didn't really want to focus on the deadbolt. To be honest, I'm not a fan of the deadbolt. This is my fault. Nothing wrong with it. I just wasn't a big fan of that setup. So I'm not a big fan of Jeep either. I don't know. For some reason, it just seemed like something to crawl with. Anyway, so they've changed a lot. And since we've started, I mean, I remember for all of you that have been in this from the very beginning, do you remember trying to get online and finding anyone that would have any upgraded parts? It was a pain in the butt. Everything was on hold, back ordered, everything, especially obviously the popular stuff. Then, Furitek came out. Furitek was obviously a struggle for a lot of people to get as well because back ordered, that kind of stuff. And now you can pretty much get everything you need. And then not only that, but there's tons of choices. Whether you make the right choices or not, it kind of depends on you and what you've seen. What you may watch a video where something looks phenomenal on their car because it works for their car. Then you purchase it and realize that you struggle. You can't get the same thing. Different builds, different ideas, different directions. So it's kind of a risk. And we try to make a lot of these videos to kind of show a lot of this stuff before you buy it. And we just do everything we can to be as honest as possible about anything that we have. We haven't done any in a while because there's just been so many YouTubers coming out doing 24 videos that we kind of just let them do it, and we focus a lot on the 110s. And we love all RC, bashers, crawlers, U24, anything RC, even the drones, planes, everything. So yeah. Anyway, so like I said, let's go back on top of what you guys are watching here. This is one of the runs. I'm not going to say names or anything. Of course, the driver, I believe, who's actually driving this video right now, is the one who pretty much created this awesome freaking indoor course. It's half pretty much all rock, and then the other half is like a combo of foam, spray foam, plaster, and probably a bunch of other stuff that I'm not mentioning. And then he's been adding more, and there's been more additions to it. So, but like I said, this is the class 3. He's doing his run now. He actually a phenomenal run. Same with the car that ran before you saw before this. Everybody in class 3 actually did really well. So it was pretty cool to see these cars do their things. The advantage of class 3, obviously, you can pretty much race any car or do any car you want, but you're really going to want that rear steer because you can see some of these turns are just pretty dang sharp, and that rear steer really pays off to have that. So this actually was a struggle for a lot of the other drivers, but he did really well on that one. And then this is the finish. So as far as like going through what we've done with the 24, like we've gone into the comps. The with these comps here. I have stayed in class two the entire time. I believe class two is the most challenging and the most rewarding, and as far as comparison where your car is and compared to other people. And a lot of that's because more people participate in class two than any other class. With this particular to be class one, you have to have an interior, full interior. So like basically either two seats, a bench seat, a steering wheel, and then a dashboard. So class one's actually a little bit difficult to get into especially if you're putting a lot of stuff inside your car and you can't fit in that interior, it can cause some problems. Or you have the interior, but you have to sacrifice on a lot of other things, Bronco. the which still has its problems. Little bro, he runs his Bronco. It's not fully stock, but a majority of stock. But he runs in class one, and he averages at least three hand of gods. It's no matter what you do, it's a tippy thing. You got to do a lot to really change the Bronco. Um, but so I focus on class two. I run what you guys, if you followed us in the very beginning, it's the original, basically store bought upgrade, full upgraded 24. I think the only thing that I still have yet to upgrade, and it because of the problems I had finding the parts in the beginning, and I went through so many of getting the wrong parts, but the links have not been upgraded yet. They're still running stock. The motor and ESC is finally upgraded, so that's no longer stock. And then I believe the only other plastic thing I have on my car, besides 3D printed material, would be I have the mount I'm using in the front, which has been modded. It's got a magnet top now. That would be the only plastic stock thing I have left in my 24. I use the FSGT5 remote, the RXTX combo with my 24. It's amazing. I also run a few other cars on that same controller. For the price point, I think it's around like 65 to 70. It's really good controller. Better than the version before it, which I believe is the 3B FST 3GB or G3B, something like that. Which I also have, and then upgraded that as well. But it's still GT5 seems to be the better. Anyway, so by the way, the car you're seeing right now, the owner of this car pretty much fabricates majority of everything you see on his cars. I mean, he had like titanium links that he water jetted. I mean, he's got all sorts of things. He TIG weld his like bumpers and all sorts of. That's got a micro TIG welder. So if you're not familiar with that, it's a TIG welder that's micro. But he's really cool, realistic builds. Obviously a Porsche fan. I don't know if you know. I don't know cars very well. I'm not actually a car guy. I'm robotics, electronics guy. So, but I guess like the Porsche Cayenne kind of a thing. There's different versions, I guess, but he did a really good job on it. Beautiful, beautiful builds. Anyway, back to the topic. So, because I believe we're getting kind of near the end here. A couple minutes left. So, class two, jumped in there. Little bro's running class one. The cuz isn't participating because he unfortunately has to work his job on the day these comps are. So it's unfortunate. But he would probably be in class two as well. I'm doing pretty good. I told you guys I would tell you some of the standings. I don't have all the numbers with me right now. I believe, I was in third. Then I got pushed to 4 by 0.333. And then I think right now I'm in like maybe 4th or 5th. I think I'm in 5th. My last run, because I did the whole upgrade truck and body and everything, as you can see, but I also used a new body. And unfortunately, at the last minute, literally like a couple hours before the event, I had to remove my interior because I couldn't get the body to sit down low enough. And even after removing the interior, I still didn't drop everything low enough. So I was a little top heavy. It performed well for a top heavy truck for 24, but I still end up having I think one hand of God and a gate hit. So, which I usually make my runs pretty clean, avoid gates. I'll have backups. You get 1 point, plus 1 point for backing up. And obviously the lowest score is better. So I'm still doing good. There's 2 more left. I'm pretty sure I can clench third. Especially after I've now lowered the body, I redesigned the shocks, lower half springs and a double barreled shock. So it's very, very low now. And I already know from testing before changing all those things, that the car was running phenomenally with time and my turning and clearance issues. So hopefully that'll now be fixed, and I'll actually get a chance to test it. Unlike this here, I was unable to test my car. So, and then I was first to go on a new part of the course that was designed. So I got to show everybody what not to do. So anyway, I hope you guys are liking our videos still. We're trying to get back on our regular schedule of 3. It's been kind of tough. I got tons of footage. It's just hard to find the time to edit as much as I need to and want to. But we're trying to make that work and get better at that. And I apologize if you were if you're a big follower and you're not putting enough out for you. We'll get better at that. So, but anyway, thanks for watching and being a fan of ours and supporting our YouTube channel. We've had a lot of fun. It's been a blast. We have another year coming around, so we'll be on our 3rd year pretty soon. And yeah. All right, till next time. See ya.